Have you ever walked into your home and felt something you couldn't explain, an invisible weight pressing on your chest, or a gentle peace washing over you like a familiar embrace? That feeling is not just in your imagination. Studies show that our physical environment is an extension of our inner energy. The space around us, especially our homes, doesn't merely house our bodies, it mirrors our souls. It holds the echoes of our thoughts, our emotions, our conflicts, and our dreams. If you've been feeling stuck lately, creatively blocked, emotionally overwhelmed, or simply lost, perhaps the answer isn't far outside of you, but quietly surrounding you. The source may lie within the very walls that shelter you each night. Your home is not just a structure of wood, concrete, and paint. It's a living, breathing reflection of who you are and how you feel. Every argument, every worry, every lingering thought leaves an energetic imprint. Forgotten objects gather not just dust, but memory. Unseen threads of the past pulling gently on your present. Carl Jung, the legendary Swiss psychiatrist, taught us that what we suppress internally eventually manifests externally as fate. That means your clutter, your broken furniture, your neglected corners, they're not just mess. They're metaphors. Mirrors. Messages. But here's the beautiful truth, just as your environment reflects you, you can also reflect upon it, and change it. You don't need sacred knowledge or complex rituals to begin. A few simple, intentional acts can shift not only your surroundings but your state of mind. Your home can become a sacred space, an energetic sanctuary that uplifts, protects, and heals. Start with this: your home speaks to you. Not with words, but with sensations. The warmth of one corner, the heaviness of another, the comfort of certain rooms, the tension of others, these are your home's whispers. It absorbs your emotions like a sponge, recording them into an invisible journal. The energy isn't static, it breathes and pulses with everything you bring into it. When you ignore a space, it becomes stagnant. Energy clots there like blocked arteries in a spiritual body. But when you love a space, when you clear it, bless it, speak life into it, it responds. It blooms. And so do you. The front door, for example, is not just where people enter. It is where energy flows in and out. If you neglect it, you allow chaos to drift in. But if you intentionally bless it, maybe with words like, only goodness may enter, only peace may leave, it becomes a gateway of protection and serenity. The kitchen is more than a place to cook. It's the heart of the home, the energetic hearth. Food made with stress carries that energy. Food made with gratitude nourishes beyond the physical. A candle lit before cooking, a whispered word of thanks before chopping, turns a routine act into a sacred ritual. The difference isn't just in taste, it's in vibration. The bedroom is your temple of rest, the space where you retreat from the world. But when it's filled with piles of clothes, glowing screens, or items that no longer spark love, it becomes a battlefield instead of a sanctuary. Visualizing a soft blue light around your bed can calm your nervous system, restore your dreams, and invite deep, soul-restoring sleep. This is not fantasy. This is energetic psychology in motion. Even the corners of your home, the ones you pretend not to see, those dark, cluttered places, represent aspects of yourself you've been avoiding. Cleaning them is more than tidying up. It's an emotional release. It's symbolic integration. Add a plant, a warm lamp, a framed photo that sparks joy, and feel the shift, not just in the space, but in yourself. Carl Jung believed deeply in the power of symbols, words, and rituals. He knew that the soul longs for meaning, not complexity. The act of lighting incense, speaking a blessing, or placing your hand on a wall with loving intent is not small. It's sacred. It's powerful. It's how you reclaim the space that shapes your life. Words spoken in a home are seeds. Complaints plant heaviness. Criticism invites shadows. But gratitude, love, and clarity raise the vibration of everything they touch. Try it. Say aloud, this home is filled with light, peace, and possibility. Listen to the echo. Feel how the space responds. Even your living room, where you gather with loved ones, stores memories in the air itself. Ongoing arguments, heavy conversations, they don't just vanish. They linger. They become part of the room's energy field. But you can reset it. A cloth wiped over a table while saying, "Let there be harmony here," becomes an energetic cleansing. The room exhales. So do you. The collective unconscious Jung spoke of doesn't just live in your dreams, it lives in your home. The symbols, colors, objects, and arrangements all talk to your psyche. Dull walls create dull moods. Overwhelming decor overstimulates your nervous system. But clear, intentional design speaks to your higher self. So ask yourself, what do I want this space to reflect? What part of my future do I want to build here? You don't need to renovate everything overnight. Start with one step, a drawer, a room, a ritual. Let that one change be an invitation. Light a candle and say, "This is the beginning of something beautiful." Clean a corner and imagine you're making space for a dream. Replace a broken chair with one you love and feel how your energy sits differently in the room. Because this isn't just about a house. It's about you. You are the curator of your energy. The storyteller of your space. The alchemist who can turn chaos into clarity, heaviness into hope, a house into a home. The transformation begins with intention. And with it, your entire reality begins to shift. Let your home become the mirror of your soul, and a sacred space that reflects the peace, power, and purpose you are finally ready to live. You don't need elaborate rituals to transform your life. Sometimes, the most profound changes begin with the simplest gestures. Before you leave your home, place your hands gently on the door. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Now, imagine a golden light radiating from your palms, wrapping the doorway in warmth and protection. Visualize this light blessing everyone who crosses that threshold, whether entering or leaving. Those who step in bring love, respect, and good intentions. Those who step out carry peace, clarity, and lightness of heart. This small act is not just symbolic, it's energetic. It creates a subtle shift in how you relate to others, and how you connect to the world outside your walls. It turns your doorway into a sacred portal, reminding you that every interaction, every crossing, is meaningful. Now, reflect for a moment on the things you've inherited, the objects you've kept not just for utility, but for sentiment. A lamp from a grandmother. A chair your father used to sit in. A picture frame from a different time. These objects carry stories, memories, and yes, energies. Some are beautiful, full of warmth. Others, though meaningful, might carry weight from a time that no longer aligns with who you are becoming. Ask yourself, does this object uplift me? Does it represent the energy I want in my life now? If not, perhaps it's time to lovingly let it go. Releasing what no longer resonates is not merely decluttering, it's a declaration. It tells the universe, I am ready for the new. I am ready to receive. The kitchen, so often called the heart of the home, deserves special reverence. If you've been feeling disconnected from your purpose, uninspired, or emotionally blocked, begin your healing here. Before you cook, even if it's something simple, pause. Thank your ingredients. Acknowledge their journey, from earth to plate. Imagine each piece of food glowing with radiant light. Picture that light entering your body with every bite, nourishing not just your cells but your soul. Cooking becomes a ritual of gratitude. Eating becomes an act of spiritual communion. Then there are the forgotten spaces, the closet you haven't opened in years, the boxes in the attic, the drawer that holds things you no longer need but can't seem to part with. These aren't just clutter. They are symbols, reflections of stagnant energy, unprocessed emotion, and unresolved memory. Every time you choose to clean one of these spaces, you are not just organizing objects, you are liberating parts of yourself. You're illuminating corners of your psyche that have long waited for attention and love. Carl Jung once said that the psyche naturally seeks balance. The disorder we see around us is often a mirror of the misalignment within us. So when you tidy up that shelf, when you clear out that drawer, when you donate that old sweater, you're not just changing your environment. You are sending a signal to your subconscious. I am ready. I am releasing. I am making space. Take something as ordinary as an overflowing closet. Every time you open it, you're met with a silent burden, things you don't wear, don't use, but haven't had the courage to release. This creates a kind of emotional noise. But when you take the time, an afternoon, perhaps, to open it fully, to sift through each item with intention, something shifts. As you fold the clothes you choose to keep, and thank those you decide to donate, you'll notice the air feels different. You'll feel lighter. As if each garment held a memory, a weight, an emotion that now no longer has to live in your space, or your body. And while releasing is powerful, there is also magic in adding. A plant placed with intention doesn't just decorate, it breathes life, purifies the air, and reminds you of your own growth. A piece of furniture moved to a better spot can suddenly open the energy in a room. Ancient traditions like feng shui teach us this truth. Movement in our homes reflects movement in our lives. Even light matters. A warm light can make a room feel safe and nourishing. A cold light may amplify anxiety or tension. Scent too carries power. A single stick of sandalwood incense, or a lavender candle lit at dusk, can change the entire emotional tone of a space. These aren't just aesthetic choices, they're energetic instruments. The energy of your home begins with intention. Jung believed that symbols have a direct impact on the unconscious. This means that when you bring mindfulness into your home, when you infuse ordinary actions with purpose, those actions become rituals. Rituals become healing. Healing becomes transformation. Try blessing your dining table before a meal. Picture a golden light wrapping around it, infusing the food with warmth and abundance. Imagine that light entering the bodies and hearts of those who eat with you, nourishing them on every level. Words, too, are sacred. How often do we speak negativity into our spaces without realizing it? Arguments, complaints, criticism, they leave traces. They create a heaviness in the air. But when you choose to speak words of kindness, truth, and gratitude, you're sowing vibrations of love into the very walls around you. Say aloud each morning. Today is full of peace and possibilities. Let that declaration linger in the air like a blessing. Like a tuning fork aligning your space with the frequency of hope. And don't forget the bedroom, the sacred temple of rest and dreaming. This is where your unconscious heals, regenerates, and processes the unseen. But so often we crowd it with distractions, televisions, chargers, piles of unfinished business. These things whisper to your psyche, you are not allowed to rest. Change that message. Simplify. Reduce. Let it breathe. Imagine your bedroom bathed in a soft blue light before sleep. Whisper to yourself. Here, I am safe. Here, I can dream. And of course, your home won't always be in perfect harmony. Life is movement, and homes reflect life. Messes will come and go. That's okay. What matters most is awareness. Every object you touch, every choice you make, sends a ripple through the energy of your space, and through your soul. When you begin to treat your home as an ally, rather than just a shelter, you reclaim a power many forget they have. The power to shape your life from the inside out. Imagine, for a moment, that every corner of your home is a mirror reflecting your inner world. What would you want it to say? What emotions should it echo back to you? What story should it tell? This isn't just about aesthetics, it's about alignment. Because when your environment supports your spirit, when your home becomes a sacred extension of your truth, you don't just feel better. You become more you. And this journey? It's only beginning. Let every drawer, every corner, every light and scent become a whisper of what you value, who you are, and where you're going. Your home is not just a place you live in, it's a living, breathing symbol of the life you are choosing to create.